The joint operations between the police and military, where civilians reported cases of alleged misconduct, assault and 2 fatalities, have raised concern among the media regarding the safety of journalists during the upcoming presidential elections. The chairperson of the SADC Electoral Advisory Council said that the media are important stakeholders during elections, and if these allegations can be corroborated by other stakeholders, the council will include this in their report to ensure that Namibia adheres to the SADC principles and guidelines on elections.
The SADC Electoral Advisory Council is a constituted body of SADC which advises the MCO on matters of democracy, governance and elections. And usually when a member country has an election, we come into the country to assess the level of readiness for that country to observe those elections. And since you are the media houses, we think that you are an important stakeholder that we must interact with. You know, we interact with all stakeholders, including the military. Now, the issues that you brought up, if they are corroborated by other stakeholders that we interact with, they will find its place into our report, which we will submit to the MCO. So, as member states, we have agreed on certain norms and standards. We have agreed on certain best international practice in terms of holding democratic elections. So it is in that regard that we are here in Namibia to ensure that our member state, adheres to protocols and processes that they've agreed on.
Commissioner Lawrence Mute, the African Union Special Rapporteur on Freedom of Expression and Access to Information in Africa, met with President Hage Geingob and relevant members of parliament to discuss the importance of legislating and access to information law. He also expressed that journalists should not be prevented from carrying out their work during the elections.
It is essential that at this particular and important moment in the life of Namibia, citizens are able to get information and they should get information when and with the facilitation, with the support of journalists. So really, it must not be the case that journalists are stopped from doing their work. So really, indeed, this would be an appeal, but also, I am sure that must be the law also, that journalists should not be impeded from undertaking their work. I would expect that, where that sort of thing happens, then, the state would take measures. And of course, also, I'm sure that you too also as journalists would have recourse when this sort of thing happens, when you're stopped from doing your work.
Mute also advised that the government should make the draft access to information bill accessible to the public for further recommendations before Parliament finalizes the process of legislating the bill.